So, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys that vintage retro McGruff the Crime Dog puppet. We'll be talking a little bit about his history, but most importantly, sharing with you how to operate and perform that puppet. So, what are we waiting for?
Wait a minute, kid. That's my line. Let's talk about it.
So, McGruff the Crime Dog is an iconic advertising figure that was created by the National Crime Prevention Council, or NCPC for short. It was to help promote crime prevention, particularly among children. McGruff made his debut in 1978. In 1978, the Advertising Council, Inc. accepted the mission of helping the nation learn ways to prevent crime. The Ad Council gave the assignment to Dancer Fitzgerald Sample. Dancer Fitzgerald Sample was a Madison Avenue advertising agency. Jack Kyle was an advertising executive for the Dancer Fitzgerald Sample Company. Jack created McGruff. Mr. Kyle also worked on ad campaigns for Toyota, Cheerios, and Lifesavers during his years with the New York Advertising Agency. But his most important work began in 1979. Jack had told the Smithsonian Magazine back in 1988 he had considered the mascot either being an elephant, a deer, a cougar. Before the dog character became the final thought, Mr. Kyle took the idea to his team at Dancer, and soon McGruff the Crime Dog, a lanky hound dressed in a trench coat with weary eyes and stubble, was born. Mr. Kyle provided the voice and gave him that raspy sound of a detective who had just finished a long, sleepless stakeout. Thanks to the time, talent, and creative work of Jack Kyle and the Dancer Fitzgerald Advertising Agency, their work was supported and informed by a group of 19 agencies, which formed the nucleus of the Crime Prevention Coalition of America. Today, the National Crime Prevention Council manages the National Citizens Crime Prevention Campaign, featuring, of course, McGruff the Crime Dog. Over the years, McGruff has made thousands of appearances at community and school events and on radio and television. I don't want to speak for all, but I definitely have a memory of being in preschool and seeing a giant McGruff the Crime Dog mascot walk into one of our classrooms and talk to us about crime prevention and safety. Now, you're probably wondering, but how does this all tie into the McGruff the Crime Dog puppet? Yes, McGruff the Crime Dog can be a puppet, and various puppet versions of the character exist. And these different puppets from different years can run from various prices between $50 to $100, even more. If you're wondering why are both the newer and older puppets so expensive and so much money, it's because the puppet is made very, very well. I would like to give you a shout out and thank you to Groovy Ghost Vintage, who I actually had bought the McGruff the Crime Dog puppet from them. If you're not familiar with Groovy Ghost Vintage, I highly recommend that you go check out my recent video about the Playhouse Disney sign that I bought from them, discussing about their store and the awesome Disney and vintage items that they find. So here he is, the McGruff the Crime Dog puppet, made by Puppets Inc., very well made by Puppets Inc., who currently still makes all McGruff the Crime Dog puppets. This particular McGruff the Crime Dog puppet, as explained on their website, is more known as a ventriloquist puppet, although he's honestly made like a regular hand and rod puppet, honestly like a Muppet. He stands 26 inches tall from the top of his head to the bottom of his shoes. McGruff is very well detailed and looks just like his animated self. As you can see here, he's all styled out with his iconic trench coat. Dude's got plaid pants on, and he's got these very well made, almost like baby shoes, brown sort of shoes and boots on. They even went so crazy with the detailing that bro even has socks on. He's very detailed on his face. As you see, he has these plastic eyes that are very well made. He has a foam head that is very well sculpted. His nose is made of plastic, and he has these very detailed black marks on the front of his face. He has very floppy ears. And of course, with him being a bloodhound, he has like these jowls kind of covering his mouth. When you go to open his mouth, as you see on the inside here, he has a red velvety mouth. Here's how to operate him. Like any other puppet, you would operate McGruff from the back, and what's super cool about him is they even have a flap on the back of his jacket here where you can open it up like that. You can see there's a pocket right there, so you can operate him from the back of his jacket if you want to do more like a ventriloquist style, or if you're doing a puppet show like Muppet style, you can lift up his trench coat like so, fit him on your hand, and there you have it. You just open and close the bottom of your thumb to open and close his mouth. That helps because if you open and close your hand like this, now his head is doing all this all floppy. If you keep the top of your hand as still as you can while moving your thumb like the bottom of his mouth, then it ends up looking something like this. You can make him talk.
Hi, I'm McGruff the Crime Dog, taking a bite out of crime.
Sing. He definitely doesn't do this in the commercials. Dance. Pretty much whatever other awesome cool thing you want to do with them. So I highly suggest investing into some puppet rods like these. They not only will come in handy for your McGruff the Crime Dog puppet, but for other puppets as well. Slip it on like so. Now you can operate them with one hand or two if you choose so. So once again, I highly recommend this McGruff the Crime Dog to any collector, young puppeteer, beginning puppeteer, anybody that kind of just is a fan of McGruff or puppetry in general. You will not be disappointed. So if you would like your very own McGruff the Crime Dog hand puppet, I highly recommend and suggest that you either check on puppetsinc.com or you can also check eBay, Etsy, Mercari, OfferUp, really honestly any third-party seller site, even Facebook Marketplace. From what I could find, I only really saw the vintage version of the puppet. But once again, throughout different years and decades, he's honestly made the same very well, very high quality, with a little few changes and details here and there. But all in all, he's still the McGruff the Crime Dog hand puppet. Leave a comment below letting McGruff and me know, do you remember seeing McGruff make an appearance either at a community event, at a school event? I would love to hear your funny or memorable McGruff the Crime Dog story. Definitely let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks so much for watching this fun and awesome puppet related video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot. And if you did, please do myself, Kermit, and Justin a favor and go check out this other awesome puppet related video on the screen. Don't forget to have an awesome day. Take a bite out of crime and stay safe and have a great day. All right, take care. Bye.